These cheeks clapping. Like they ain't
Bands to make it dance.
Okay. I honestly hope that's synced because if our mouths are moving or like our heads are moving and it's out of time, that's going to look weird.
It's gonna look weird.
We're going to jump right into it.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it.
What's up, Puzzler Pack?
2020!
Back at it again. It's 2020 and we're finally back with Barely Independent Podcast, episode number 9. Guys,
Is this
it's been
number
a while.
9?
It's number 9.
I'm so
I
proud.
think it's number 9.
I think so too.
think so. yeah.
I can barely count the time, so I hope I'm right.
Wow.
But it's episode 9. It's 2020. It's been a while. We've been
Yeah.
on hiatus.
Yes.
We've actually come back, which is like rare for like
Yep.
people of our stature.
They thought we would never make it.
they thought we would never make it.
We made it.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Oh,
So, guys, how's it going, Peter?
It's good. It's good. We've been streaming on Twitch
yeah.
over
Yeah.
December, a few times in January. It's been good. Just exploring that type of medium.
It's a whole new world.
It is, yeah, yeah. But it's been good. We've been grinding Apex. We've been losing a lot of games.
So many games.
We've played a storyboard anime game for the weebs.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah?
It is interesting. It's not the best, but I think we're gonna go back to Apex. We've got season 4 up, so
Nice.
and then maybe hit some Destiny 2.
Destiny is fun.
I'm really keen for that. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's awesome.
And then just by the way, just you need to watch out for the Valentine special stream. We're gonna do a
Oh, yes.
yeah. We're gonna hit that up on
All
Friday.
the single guys.
something for the couples to maybe join in and stream and watch.
Why would you want to watch us? I mean,
It's
yes,
gonna
watch
be-
us.
Okay, I
yes.
see that. It's gonna be a bunch of couples watching a bunch of single dudes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
So, like, you remembering
we wishing
singleness.
you it was you. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
Talking
I love
of
you.
couples and everything, Taryn, you got married.
Yeah, I
You're a
did.
married man now.
I'm a married
You're now
man.
an honest man. Somebody made an honest man out of you.
Check at the ring.
Oh, they liked
Girl.
it. They put a ring on it.
Yeah.
How's it going? How's
Married life
things
is
there?
amazing. I'll say this much. It's worth the wait. Everything is worth the wait. It's incredible. I can't describe it. Waking up every morning next to someone you love.
Sure.
It's a good thing.
Well, I used to be someone you love.
Oh, Goche.
Here
No,
we
that
go.
was I was making reference to
that's-
Lewis Capaldi.
It is, oh, damn it, someone you knew.
Carl's gonna
What?
hate you, bro.
Oh, it was Carl, a country fan. I don't know.
It doesn't do country. Anyway, so congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm
Yes,
glad you're happy,
congrats,
Ben.
Star.
How are you? Are you happy?
Somewhat.
Okay, that's good. Yes,
Somewhat.
just somewhat.
Somewhat.
Loaded.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, no, I can get behind that. And for me, I'm finally going back to varsity, so my long holiday is done.
Yeah.
So what
Sure.
better way to end off the holiday than like do a podcast?
Are you still on holiday?
Okay, here's the funny thing, and we're gonna go down this rabbit hole. I started on Monday.
Strikes, bro.
And I went to class on Monday, and then I only had one class because the building I had class in was shut down because they were protesting.
Oh wow.
Then I had another one lecture on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I get to campus and everything's blocked. The protest is completely blocked. And they were complaining about like bed spaces or something. University not doing enough, even though it's private accommodation. That's now...
Oh snap.
I got
It's weird.
I got a little story
Yeah?
about it. My campus that I did my university degree, honors degree in, they burnt down the entire exam hall
No
last week.
ways.
The whole thing. burnt to
whole
the ground.
thing?
The whole thing.
Flip.
Due
That's
to
right. I
due
remember,
to
yes.
financial issues, it's the funding that
Yes.
always happens every year.
Yes.
But this year they're just saying, well, there's not going to be a university if we don't get in.
So what they do, they burn down the building, they get funding for the building, and then they get the money.
Bad plan.
Bad plan. It's
Yeah.
really bad
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, so that was just an interesting thing. Someone.
I mean, the year hasn't even started in the middle, and the exam hall's gone.
Yep. And they only write exams in June and
Yeah.
May, so it's
But
You're
let's
not going to
face
be
it-
able to build anything.
No.
No, they're not going to be able to finish it. But like,
Crazy.
like as you said, the year just started,
Yep.
and I believe it's going to be a good year. We're believing for a good year, but
well, it started really interesting.
like if you guys like are into Reddit and you've tracked Reddit, there was the Firepod meme for a day, and then all of a sudden all hell broke loose.
Yep.
And like one of the biggest things right now is the Wuhan coronavirus. I think some people call it the novel coronavirus, or just the coronavirus, or just the big sick.
The big sick.
The big sick.
the great. It's like the big sad.
The big
oh,
sad.
that's good.
It's like, you sick? Don't be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
man.
that's great. So like, thoughts on that?
I'm just, firstly, really bleak about the virus. Like, hearts
No,
going out to
absolutely.
everything.
Oh,
but
yeah, no, it
the memes it's brought us has been, like, it's been wild. It's like,
Shouts
I
out.
don't know, the world is in a very interesting place. If anything bad goes wrong, the Gen Z and millennial way of dealing with it is to make it a joke.
It's
Yeah,
like a form
yeah.
of catharsis almost.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it's a
believe
big
that,
word.
yeah.
Word
Yeah.
of the day.
Wow, I'm gonna go Google that word. But no, coronavirus definitely serious. My favorite thing reading up on it so far is when China built a hospital in 2 days.
That's
To
incredible.
That
just
is
I
deal
saw
impressive.
that.
And,
They
and,
did
and-
like
and it's
a,
more than just a building; it's the infrastructure inside that they
Crazy.
completed. So
I saw like a shot that panned over the whole area they were building, and it was
like a time lapse.
a time lapse. It was insane.
There was nothing there.
yeah, incredible. Yeah,
But the like, it's interesting with like there's a lot of memes and there's a lot of information out there, but I almost feel like there's a lot of misinformation about there. It's like a bit of a panic.
Absolutely.
If you guys were around in 2004, it was a long time ago. But then that's when SARS broke out, and that's another coronavirus.
Okay.
But what's interesting is that the current coronavirus hasn't actually killed that many people.
26, eh?
No, I believe it's now 600.
Is it? Is it
Yeah, yeah,
really?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I lost.
Yeah, no, you lost count a long time ago.
Yeah, I've been working. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, but the
600.
600.
And
but the
infections worldwide?
infections worldwide. I don't have the
that's
stats
a
in front
lot.
of me. I don't have updated stats in front of
So-
me. Ben, if you want
We can't even pick
So
our
this
noses.
this morning I was on CNN and BBC,
Yeah.
and I saw that you know those cruise ships.
Yes.
They are
yes.
transferring all these infected Chinese people.
Really?
And the Caribbean has like a few cases now.
Oh wow.
And apparently some of their stocks dropped, and you know, with the
yeah.
they got a lot of money in
The Cayman Islands. and
yeah.
Yeah.
There was a cruise ship in Japan as well.
There we go. There's one like locked off there. So these cruise ships are like, you know, like
Quarantining.
moving everybody around, and
Wow.
are kind of like transporting this virus, which is pretty crazy.
Do they get the cruise ship experience?
yeah, like while you're sick, can
Way
you
to
still
go,
like
though.
Can you still gamble? And
Yeah,
you
It's
still,
not a
you
bad
still get the
place.
captain's dance at the end of the week.
it's like just don't cough on it. Oh,
So the Caribbean shut down. I know there are people that they extracted out of the Wuhan, Russian people.
Yeah.
They extracted out of the Wuhan province. So there's a few Russian people that are back in Russia, but they are in this quarantine facility, this old Soviet hospital.
Oh, wow.
And
The
guys
Soviets
are like
did it well.
vlogging like what they need to do, like they need to take the old clothes, like quarantine that, and then
Yeah.
put on the new clothes and the beds.
it's
and
Chernobyl
looks-
all over again.
No, it looks bad. It's Chernobyl-esque. It's bad.
Sure.
I think the coronavirus hits home to me because my sister is in China at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, is she still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So for
And she's
her,
got a Russian tie. It's linking in the story. Or is it not? Okay. Let me just not go
It's like,
anymore.
where are we going?
so my sister's been basically at home, like essentially locked in a flat for like the past 4 weeks.
Wow.
Which has been really difficult. So she's able to travel to like a mall to get food and stuff, but everywhere you go, they do like take your temperature and
Yeah.
make sure that you're not like showing
China is
signs of an
efficient.
infection.
Yeah.
So she was concerned about water because she drinks bottled water and stuff. And she's on like this health trip now, so she's like got like fruits and veg and stuff. So that stuff goes off very quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, so she's basically had cabin fever for the last 4 weeks.
Oh, shame.
And yeah, I was just to put that out. I think there are a lot of people in similar situations, local people, Chinese
Yeah,
people that are
yeah.
also, because she says the streets, it looks like World War Z. It's just empty.
Empty.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
I would
really
imagine.
creepy. And I think that when the virus first, like, the notice went out, my sister was like, check this video. And she sends this video, and it's a chopper going through her city,
Yeah.
but he's shooting something into the air. So it's like, doo, 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 and a go, 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 go. So I don't know if it's like an antiviral
Or is it like-
smoke or something, or what it is.
Wow.
But it was creepy.
It's very World War Z.
No,
Yeah.
it felt apocalyptic at that
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah. I remember on that, taking it back to SARS as well. I was in Singapore during the outbreak of SARS.
Sure.
And this is like, so Singapore, for context, is a very small island nation. So everyone's very close together. So people are getting quarantined. Like like you have the sniffles, they're checking you. But what's wild is that you would go to school or something. And then everyone lines up after you get off the bus, and then everyone has their own personal, like, one of those weird forward thermometers, whatever.
Yes.
And they have to measure your temperature, log it, make sure that nobody has a fever, make sure everything's fine. And like nobody went out. And that was during our first year. So first year, another country, and now all
Yeah.
of a sudden,
You're also
Wow.
dealing with this pandemic, yeah.
exactly.
So, the interesting, just with my sister also, like with regard to pay, because she's obviously not able to work.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
How does that?
it's really difficult because now the previous month she got a full salary, but now because they're only going back like weeks later, they're only paying her half her salary, which is so difficult. And I think there might be a lot of locals and foreign nationals that are also like in the same position.
Yeah.
So it's really, really tough.
Because it's not like she's going to have to pay half rent.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. That's
Half price.
I think I was halves.
Yeah, rent's still full, bro. Yeah. It's
Damn.
difficult.
So, like, and then your guys' thoughts on it coming to South Africa, us all dying?
Wow.
I mean, we are a
That's-
tinderbox. Let's be honest. Like,
sure.
I think it would be really bad.
If it came here.
Yeah, I think it could, depending on where it like falls on. I think it could be really devastating.
Because we have had 48 people tested, and every single one of those tests came back negative.
Okay.
And see, in my opinion, it's almost like the areas most at risk. So your informal settlements
Yeah.
and your
Yeah,
high
absolutely.
concentration.
Yes.
I don't think there's a viable, easy means for those things to get there. So,
Yeah.
for example, wouldn't it be your more middle income, your lower to upper middle income places, which is not as concentrated,
Okay.
that would most likely get infected first because they would be in contact with travelers or be traveling.
Sure.
So, like, would it ever come to the point where it would be a problem?
I think so.
Yeah, because Peter, you do like you're a microbiologist.
Yeah.
So,
Because the way the virus works is it's stuck in the saliva and moisture. So if you're
so don't make out with
sneezing-
anyone.
but if you're sneezing or if you're coughing, so I think the way sure, you're saying upper to middle class people are obviously using their own cars. They're not necessarily making use of public transport, but what if they are? You know, the Gautrain is a
Yeah.
perfect
Okay,
use.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and then if you have someone, rubbing shoulders with someone else, and you get into a packed taxi or a packed Golden Arrow bus or something like that, man, it's like wildfire, baby.
Yeah, it was like the one thing, the scary thing about this is that it's been spreading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Technically, the common flu kills more people per year than this thing has killed.
I wanted to mention something about that because the new strain of influenza in the States has
Yeah.
killed 1,800 people.
Already.
Wow.
So people are putting this into
Serious.
perspective and saying, listen, coronavirus, yes, it's bad and it's spreading and it's a new virus, but get your flu shot.
Yes.
Because it's killed 1,800 people in the States alone. So,
So
you
it's
know?
the thing around the I don't call it a fad because that's pretty offensive, but the thing around coronavirus is that it's a new thing.
Sure.
Okay.
It is new, and like just because it is so, coronavirus is a class of virus.
Okay.
And that can be quite detrimental. Like there's been SARS, there's been MERS,
Yes.
and those are always interesting because they always jump from some sort of animal to
That's it.
humans. So like with the Chinese wet markets and everything.
Mm.
So it's interesting. We hope and pray it doesn't come here.
Yeah.
But
Touch wood.
I think it would be fine. We're all perfectly healthy enough.
Yeah.
I think it will be fine.
Yeah.
And talking else about the dumpster fire, that's 2020. Still going to be a good year.
Yeah.
The Iraq-Iran stuff that's been happening with the US
And World War III.
in World War III.
Yeah.
I think we were the closest to World War III we've been in a while since like the Soviet missile crisis.
Yeah.
Like a lot's been happening there, and like a lot's been thrown
let's-
on the fire.
Let's just take this back. We've got Barack Obama just finishing his first term. Maybe not so sure about him getting a second term. Bin Laden gets killed. Boom. Barack Obama. That'll be 2 terms, please.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
okay, yeah.
Yes, please.
Donald Trump.
USA.
I'm not ginger, I'm peach. He gets impeached, okay? So, okay, it's a meme. It's a meme.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, he then goes and kills, and I've forgotten the guy's name. Okay. That one.
That one, yes.
Hopefully, Iran don't listen to this
Al-Bashar,
podcast.
right?
Ooh, what?
Is that his name?
Al-Bashar, yes.
Yeah.
Fahir
So,
or
now-
Tahir al-Bashar.
Trump executes this guy.
Like drone, precision
Yes.
strike
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
car.
And
He didn't
I
even
just wanna
make it
side
home.
comment on a drone kill. It's like, it's so impersonal.
Is it ethical?
Absolutely.
It's like you're
yeah.
taking the human out of the killing. It's still murder, but no. Anyway, it doesn't.
Some guy in a joystick in
Yeah,
Texas.
the human's
Yeah.
there. But
Definitely Texas. Anyway, so now Trump's like, America, the middle class America, be like, he's protecting us. That'll
Sure.
be 2
Sure.
terms, please. Is this going to be a recurring theme in American politics? End of the first term, there's going to be an attack in the Middle East.
Wow.
oh,
if-
flip.
We're starting to see a pattern. I'm actually just speculating. I'm not saying that's
Yeah.
why
It's
Barack
like your
Obama.
tinfoil hat is looking
I
shiny
think-
today.
I think Tyron makes a really good point because Trump has, leading up to his campaign before, when he was a candidate, he didn't want to go to war. And he's
Yes.
standed by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was going to withdraw troops.
He stood by that
Yeah.
word because, yes, he did that, he made that attack, but he wasn't going to now, okay, cool, we're going to respond, we're going to go full on
Yeah.
war. Which I think, whereas I think Hillary was pro-war.
Wow.
Well, in her words, I would say pro-defense. I don't know. Like Trump says, "Oh, he's going to pull out, whatever." But like that's a populist message.
Yeah.
And like I would say, the attack is a very populist thing, and populist politics is in.
Sure.
So
but-
Hillary was gonna Pokemon go
That's the
to
thing.
the
I know,
east.
but that's the
bro.
thing.
Hillary wouldn't have gone to go tweet and like poke the fire further. I would
Wait,
say.
is it wait? Trump tweeted the American flag the next day, right?
No. See, do you know what's the problem with Trump? He's for some reason surprisingly very good at social media. He rocks Twitter. The reason Twitter is
he-
relevant again, I would
Yes.
say, is Donald
Yes.
Trump.
Yes.
Hillary
Wow, that's a good
sucked at
point.
social media. I would have rather taken somebody who sucks at social media. I don't know. I've never liked the
terrible
Hillary
at
versus
emails.
Trump thing, and that's a long time ago because there's a
Yeah.
new election coming up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like the way Trump's been poking the bear almost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
I mean, like the North Korea stuff, also with the nukes. That was earlier.
that was interesting.
Yeah.
The fact that he stepped over the boundary
Yeah.
and went into North Korea.
Yeah.
Like
But I mean, also the tweet. He was like, "Don't mess with us. We're gonna nuke you first," kind of thing.
exactly. How do you be like, hey, let's have peace
It's
talks,
like
and then you go
grade
tweet?
5 talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the ruler
I
at
was
you.
I was really. I want to move away. Sorry, I'm gonna just speak about the impeachment.
Yeah,
I was
oh, yes, yeah.
so shocked at Nancy Pelosi like tearing up his speech
Yo.
in front of Congress because I found that I understand like the emotion that the
Yeah.
party's going
Apparently,
through.
there was a lot of lies in the speech. So like a lot of misinformation.
I understand, and I think people have corroborated
Yeah.
that those were actually not factually correct.
Yeah.
Sure.
But for someone to tear it up and to kind of get a reaction, it's because it was like I
It
don't
made
know.
for
You found it
good
a bit
news.
cringe or
I found
a bit
it cringe.
childish.
Because I mean, she's obviously a wise woman. She's worked hard to get to the position
Yeah,
where she
speak
is.
of the house.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to do that, I was just like,
Yeah.
as someone who's not an American, who's not going to have a vote or anything like that, I don't know how other Americans would have taken, whether they're Democrat or Republican, wherever they stand, liberal. I don't know how they would have responded as a leader, someone who you want to see, lead your party or,
Yeah, like
be
in,
the
in a country where you look at the flag the
Yeah.
wrong way. Now
Yeah.
you're doing that to your president's speech.
I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to take
But
that.
what's weird is that further on the impeachment is just that the Senate voted, and
Yes.
like Trump's been exonerated basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
but-
you all knew was going to happen.
Yes, no, because the
Because of-
Senate is majority Republican.
Yes.
But what's wild is that there was a handful of Republican senators, most notably Mitt Romney, that voted
I think it's
against Trump.
just him.
That was him, and then I think 2 or 3 other people, wasn't it?
Just
Was it just him?
Romney.
Okay, no.
The only Republican.
Yes, the only Republican. And it's kind of like, does this set a precedent that a president could like get away with anything? Because Trump
Well, what
did do things, surely. Like, I know that's what the trial was supposed to be for, but
So you're saying a president can get away with anything?
well, that's what
Well,
that's
let's look at South Africa.
okay.
No.
There's an arrest warrant out for Jacob Zuma
Oh, because of his
My man.
fake prescription.
because of his fake doctor's note.
Yeah.
School
Yeah.
kids, don't try that.
No.
Ever. Don't
No.
try that.
Anyway,
Can I just bring it back? Because remember the whole thing was pivoted on this conversation he had with the current Ukrainian president,
Yes, the quid pro quo.
who, by the way, was an actor.
Oh, yes, that guy.
Who you
Yes.
can now, by the way, get his series on Netflix
Yeah.
where he plays a teacher who gets voted, who basically becomes a candidate, and the country votes for him to be president of the Ukraine.
Didn't we talk
And
about
it
this?
happens in real life.
Did we talk about this in a previous
We
podcast?
did.
We did, yes.
Wow.
That's the guy. So to me, that conversation was probably like, "Oh, you're from showbiz. I'm also from showbiz."
We should help each other out.
They've got like a lot of common ground. You know, it's like I had The Apprentice. I know your new Netflix special is out. Like I thought that was amazing. Like we're living in that world now where this is happening. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
But do you think it's justified? So, like, I know we don't know nearly enough to have fully, like, and I'm not claiming to have a fully informed decision.
Sure.
But like, Donald Trump did do these things, and he bragged at rallies that he did
Yeah.
do these things. So, are we saying that like nothing's impeachable? That he's untouchable? Like, and
It's a good
technically,
point. It's a good
like,
question.
America sets the global precedent. So, is like like we have our
global
own
precedent
issues.
of democracy,
Yes,
yeah,
we
yeah.
have our own issues with previous presidents not being held into account, or that's taking that process is going very slowly. What do you guys think in that regards? Is it healthy? Is it something that?
So
You go first.
no, I think you have a valid point.
Yeah.
I think with all the memes and with all the Twitter battles and the fun that we're seeing, if a president he's the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
To have as much influence as he does, to then go to a country where your GDP is not nearly what yours is, and the doors that person can open for your country, to be at that president's hand and foot and say whatever you want, I'll do. I think we need to look at maybe Ukraine benefited, but then what about other countries that say no and get shut down?
Yeah.
And we'll never know about it.
And we'll never.
We only knew about it because somebody leaked it.
Yeah. So no, I think it needs to be taken with a lot more seriousness, and for all the good of the memes and the stuff. Yeah, but it needs to be looked at more critically.
Okay.
There's definitely a moral issue.
Yeah.
With the whole thing, and I'm glad you brought the point up. You can love Trump; his policies may be great, the American economy might be stronger, but the example that he's setting for the modern society,
Sure.
what do you want to call it, postmodernism? There's a new word coming around, Homo Deus, man God. Is Trump now replicating that thing? It's like, I'm God unto myself. I can do what I want, and actually I can't be touched because I'm the leader of the world, in essence. And I think that's something that needs to be addressed by America. America created this by voting him in. America need to correct it.
Yeah. I also thought what he was saying at the National Prayer Breakfast after everything had been acquitted.
Yes, yeah.
He went like on a personal attack on a whole bunch of people, including Nancy Pelosi, who was there.
At a prayer breakfast.
I mean, Sean Vught was there, chilling.
Genuine.
With him and his wife were there. And I thought, that's kind of not what the prayer breakfast is about.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. And then, obviously, when he went to, I think he had another...
Was Kanye at the prayer breakfast?
I don't know. Bro.
Oh, everyone was at the prayer breakfast.
Kanye 2020.
Him with the Sunday service choir, that would have been insane.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And then after that, I know he had like a kind of a victory speech. I don't know if that was at the White House.
I'm pretty sure he had multiple victory speeches and tweets.
And he just went at people, man. And he was swearing. Like it was it was rough. I was like,
Trump.
Although the names he calls people, I must say, like he must be smart because some of those names are. Although he does reuse some of them.
yeah.
So-
And he went after Mitt Romney in a big way.
Oh yes, yeah.
He really
yeah.
and he said like
Really?
he's using his religion.
He's
as
a Mormon,
as
right?
He's a Mormon, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's saying he's never seen someone use his religion as like a crutch.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, that's like
So
really hitting someone.
Mitt
personally.
Romney was the guy who lost to Barack Obama second time round.
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
He was
Second time
crying, and so each senator had to explain how they voted. He was like, he paused, and you could see he was emotionally moved because he's voting against a Republican president,
Yeah.
and the office of the president almost.
And the only Republican to vote against him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I've actually a large amount of respect for him. That
Absolutely.
he held to his personal convictions.
There we go.
Yeah.
Like how many other Republicans didn't hold to their personal convictions and just towed the party line.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So what I want to do, I want to take us to a bit of a lighter note across the pond. I don't know. Okay, this depends if it's a lighter note or not. It depends where you stand. Britain finally left the EU.
Yeah.
Sure.
Boris did it.
He
Yeah.
did it. He actually did it.
After he's the third prime minister
Well,
to be able to pull it off.
David Cameron doesn't count.
What?
Because
Because when it started coming about, he just like passed the baton on.
he
It's like,
resigned
I'm not going
immediately,
to deal
and
with
then
this.
Theresa May was left with.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
we cycle through three of them.
Oh
yes,
we
yes.
did,
That's what I
from
mean.
this.
Process,
From
yes.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they're finally out. They're still in it unofficially for the next year or so until a proper agreement can be made. So the next job is an agreement for like a comprehensive agreement for trade and everything.
What does this mean for immigrants? People wanting to get into England now.
And that is the question.
That's
Do you think they're going to come to an agreement with immigration, with trade, with the
Yeah.
economy? How? Like, what's your thoughts
It's
on it?
huge.
Valid question.
Trade.
Yeah.
World trade takes years and years, and it's so much there's so much discussions that happens around immigration, trade, things that boost the economy, things that negatively affect the economy and stuff. It's not something that you write down in a year. It's something that takes 20 to 30 years to build with other nations over time. And I think, yes, we've seen a decision now, but an agreement to come, that's going to be maybe another 5 to 10 years.
Because I'd just like to add that if they don't come to an agreement by the end of the year, it's basically a hard Brexit. It's like a no-deal Brexit, basically.
Okay.
Everything just stops.
Yeah.
See, my one question would be, what's happening with Northern Ireland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is
The
he be-
backstop.
it feels like people have just skimmed over that, and I would really like to know, like,
Are
is
they
there going
gonna
to be like
join-
a hard border there? Are we still going to be using euros in Northern Ireland?
Yeah.
Like,
Because the UK doesn't want to lose Northern Ireland.
of course not. no.
Yeah.
They can't. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a situation as it is, you know, excluding like Brexiting, you know. I think some of the things I watched after the Brexit thing, I don't know how you guys felt, but I saw the celebrations and I didn't know how to take it because I was like,
I didn't see the celebration.
There
Was
there
they excited?
It was like a big thing. Like they even had like a projection on
10 Downing Street.
10 Downing Street and like a countdown and
Yeah.
people were like, oh my God. And they had the flags and stuff. And I was like, there was so much drama leading up to this. You went through 3 prime ministers and now you're like, I don't know. It felt
Could it just be relief?
yeah. Okay, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I was just like, huh? Okay, I didn't know. Did you guys want it or did you not want
Yeah.
it? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know how to take the celebrations because I don't know if that was the majority feel of the people.
Because the majority did vote for
No,
Brexit.
no,
Not in every area,
Sure,
like Scotland
sure.
specifically, and especially because they probably would want to try and get out of the UK.
Yeah,
again.
Yeah.
Scotland would. Yeah, they were trying to get out of it.
But like people wanted it
Yeah.
democratically.
And then some of the interviews I saw afterwards were like shop owners, and they were like, "Well, I get all my fish from France. What am I
yeah.
going to do now? Like,
Yep.
I'm going to have to put up like a serious markup on my."
No more baguettes.
I just, I don't know. I hope people have made real calculations and seen what the effect it's.
It almost seems like the voters themselves were just misinformed. They were the young population of the UK rising up, but like, oh, this is cool. Let me just.
The young people actually wanted to they're very pro-European. It's like the
Then
older generation. It's like that.
Really?
Like yeah, that's from what I've seen. So if you go to the pro EU demonstrations, it would always
Yeah.
be a lot of younger people
But then
because
don't-
they would have that European
Then
identity.
didn't the older people have experience or like have enough knowledge to know the effects of a
The
Brexit?
UK never really liked the idea of what the EU was supposed to become. So if you look at what's his name, Nigel Farage or whatever, the leader of the Brexit Party.
Yeah.
So he was an MEP, and a member of the European Parliament. And his leaving speech was like, "Hey, we don't hate Europe, but we hate what the EU's become." Because what they always wanted was a trade deal, but then the EU's looking to, like, pretty much the United States of America. The United States of America. That's what the EU wants.
Okay.
Really?
So you have a whole bunch of states that's self-governed with one
Okay.
federal oversight.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay, I get it. And probably the UK is like, I'm done bailing out Greece.
I was going to say
and
that.
done
I
bailing
want to
out.
bring that point up. Let's go back to 2011, 2012. Greece basically got the biggest bailout, okay, over the few years, and it was their responsibility. Citizens weren't paying tax, and the government were like, "That's chilled. You don't have to pay tax as long as the people are happy." Then Germany all of a sudden is up in arms. Is like, "Hold on, we tightened our belts
Yeah.
since 1960 to get to this freedom now." But you won't tighten your belts at all, and now we must bail you out.
And
And now the UK are saying like,
yeah.
this is going to happen again.
And
Okay, well,
weren't the people retiring like really early in Greece as
yeah.
well?
It was a mess.
When you have beaches that look like that.
No, I mean,
Retire.
I get it.
No wonder the UK want to leave. If what you're saying is, you know what you're talking about, and you're saying they do want to maybe make it the United States of Europe or whatever.
That's the end goal. That's the end goal
Then
of the African Union as well.
Of course, the UK want to leave. You know,
Because they were never really in it because they never used the euro.
no.
They were using the pound sterling till the bitter end.
True.
Yes.
The one thing great for the UK that the EU brought about though was freedom of movement, so that Northern Ireland and Ireland could be a thing.
Sure.
And now that's not going to be a thing.
So maybe from their point of view, yes, take the hit now. We're expecting there to be a hit. But in the long run, we're going to benefit kind of making
I
the
think
UK
so.
great
Talk
again.
about leaving the UK though.
Here we go.
Let's talk about the royal family losing their 18A BE certificate
Oh,
and
yes.
Meghan Markle and Harry.
Like how into this are you? Because I was like, from what I've heard you speaking about, it feels like you've been following this stuff.
Listen, you're a big fan of Suits. Let's be
I used to love Suits. I'll give you this much. My mother-in-law is a royalist through and through.
Yes, absolutely.
This is
My
what-
mom as well.
Really?
Yeah, big
Well,
time.
you've watched The Crown. Peter's
Bro,
My
I'm
fam-
up to date with
My
the
family-
Look
Crown.
at the
Give it
camera
that.
and tell them that you watched The Crown.
I'm up to date. Season 3 was lit.
So this is the thing. I personally believe. Now, shoot me down if you want, yeah. And when I was in Mozambique on honeymoon, we changed to a British. a British couple there.
Oh, wow.
And they said, this is just a media thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is-
yeah.
This is not real. There's no beef within the family.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that.
Yes.
It's just
yes.
the media have a story and now they're publishing.
Gonna
And now
run
they're
with it,
making
yeah.
good money. So I think this is just a bit of a blowout. It's sad that Meghan Markle is now put in this position of, how do you say it nicely? It's like she's a non-white person and now it looks racial.
Yes.
Now it looks,
Sure.
whoa, this whole old UK system, all of a sudden there's a person of color born into the family and now they're kicked. No, it's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
Maybe Harry wants to live in Canada. Maybe Harry doesn't want to be
Because Canada,
that close. you
the
know?
Queen's still in charge of Canada.
Exactly.
Oh.
So is this
It's
really a
basically
move?
She on the money, man.
It's still a home.
Yeah. Whenever, because on the Canada
On the bank
notes,
the Queen
there's
is
the Queen.
The Queen is the head of state.
Your mom's looking
State
at
of
you
Canada.
every time you spend money. You know, in a different.
That must be weird. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like you want to go buy, like you go down the alley or something. And
And
Yeah.
Pick up
wouldn't
some
the
drugs or
prince need
something.
to earn his own money now? As
you
he's-
would, but they're going to
Wow.
make a hell of a lot of money.
No,
They're going to make so much
absolutely.
money.
Can
They've
she
already
start
been
acting
signing-
again?
She's gonna go back to
She
Suits.
signed a deal with Disney for voice acting.
Oh no
Really?
ways.
Yes. So obviously she can't do anything
That's dope.
With her face.
provocative anymore.
So
No,
she can do the Super Bowl halftime show.
Why would you do the Super Bowl halftime show?
Just
I
because
would
you
watch
mentioned
that.
provocative.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Shakira
Yeah,
and
yeah,
J-Lo.
yeah. Those hips don't lie, though.
Absolutely. Whoa.
But like going back to Megan, it's like she can't do maybe roles that she was used to beforehand. But
No,
they-
no, no,
Them
absolutely.
as a brand
Sure.
make a hell of a lot of money.
No.
You get like
I-
commemorative plates.
And doesn't the prince have like a massive NGO that also does an
They do,
amazing
they
amount
have,
of
they have
work?
a non-profit, yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad for Megan because I think she's used to the American media.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, yeah.
And
Very liberal media.
there we go. And I think
The
you
crooked
have
media.
you've got your positives and you've got your negatives. But I think leading up to the wedding and everything, there was a lot of positive press towards her. And after the baby and things,
People did not like her.
there we go.
It's weird.
And I think the way the British press, how they deal with stuff and how they report stuff, they can be really brutal. They can be like
Yeah.
awful. And
Yeah.
I remember even on the official Instagram, like people, like some of the people corresponding and like running the Instagram, is just saying, please, can you guys just please stop being so negative?
The BAFTAs, they were nailing them as
Really,
well.
yeah?
Like, so Rebel Wilson comes on and it's like, it's so great that we're in the Prince Harry, this
Yeah,
beautiful hall.
Yes.
Whoa.
So, like, took a dig at two members of the royal family.
So I remember there was a BBC reporter who was interviewing them, and he asked her if she was okay, and she was like, "Nobody asks that. Like,
Oh,
thank
wow.
you. It's been really rough, you know." And I mean, to be a mom, to be newly married, all those things, there are a lot of pressure, and then to be like a duchess. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people are real.
Yeah.
People are like us. They get hurt. They've got feelings.
So-
in
so-
space.
My opinion that is the media is hurting her.
Absolutely.
I don't think
I
the
agree
royal
with you,
family is
Ty.
hurting her.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And that sucks.
Yeah. I think the Queen Mother she's got a legacy as well that she wants to build.
Yeah.
And she's taking that into consideration. And if letting them go as like permanent royal members of the family will give them freedom to have a better family life and a
Yeah.
better life together.
Yeah.
Out of the spotlight. Well, they'll be in the
It'll be in
spotlight.
Canada's
yeah.
spotlight, yeah.
Yeah, but it's Canada's spotlight.
Yeah.
But I think
they're like,
you-
sorry about that, eh?
I think when you're in the UK, there's so much like the media is so
Yeah.
on you. Whereas if you're in Canada and you're just doing your thing,
Yeah.
maybe it's a bit less.
Yeah.
Keeping it to the UK and news there, there's been a new movie that's come out that's been making waves, and that I personally very much enjoyed. 1917.
1917.
Ty, like you
I'm a-
we're talking about this
I'm gonna
movie
make a bold
before we
statement.
watched it.
Best war movie ever made.
Okay,
Potentially
justify it.
best movie ever filmed.
Why would you
terms
say
of-
so?
Okay, obviously the movie isn't filmed in one shot. It's directed techniques to make it look like it's one shot.
Yes.
But when you sit down and you start, you don't get a break till it finishes. You sit there, you're following this, and you actually notice that it's not cutscene. Even if you're not
Yes.
looking for it, you're like, oh wait, I'm tired. Like, I need like, okay,
A lot of tension. Yeah.
let's just take a chill. And then the tension builds for the next 10 minutes, and then it builds again. And it builds again, and it builds again. And there's like this big tension building right up to the very last moment. And then you're like, settled. It does play with your emotions as well.
It does.
So it pulls you. I remember Jenna's crying in it. So it's this thing of, yes, it's filmed amazingly and that makes it a great movie. But also there's a plot, which is great.
Yes.
There's heart. There's a good storyline.
Yeah.
Lots of action.
Acting is good. And main two actors, nobody knows them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, the only...
Is that so?
I don't know them before.
They
I
were,
think
one of the guys
they
was
are
in Game of
famous.
Thrones.
So I'm thinking of the guy, Officer Blake, Colonel Blake. Is he not Peter from Game of
The
Thrones?
taller one. Wait, which one? The shorter one.
Yes.
He is from Game of Thrones.
See, this is the problem. I've never watched Game of Thrones.
So he's there.
throwing
I,
the
don't, I
podcast
haven't watched Game of Thrones
reputation.
either, but like he was in Game of Thrones.
he's Joffrey's brother.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him with the dark hair.
So like those actors were kind of weirdly recognizable, but at the same time like unknowns in the movie industry.
Yeah, from movies I've watched,
He's,
I haven't
he's
seen
the
them
king
before.
that jumps out of the window, right, in Game of Thrones.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
Thanks for spoiling it.
Sorry.
But damn it now.
Spoiler alert.
Are there
now
even
I can't watch
dragons?
it.
Okay.
Dude.
No, the movie's great. Peter, what do you think?
Movie
I
was really
absolutely, I loved it. For me, in terms of history, what I studied at school, you know, it's always been World War II. Saving Private Ryan has always been a big movie. And to go, hey, I know World War I was like trench warfare.
I was going to say, we've never seen what trench warfare
No.
was like. I
It's
think they did a great
Battlefield
job.
1, guys. Battlefield
But
1.
it was such a good, like, to show you what it's terrible. It's
Oh, yeah.
awful,
It's
man.
grimy and gritty and
Yeah.
trench foot and
No, oh, man. And
Shooting.
I think the war...
when he puts his hand into the corpse, I was like,
oh, I thought he was going to die of sepsis
I
before the
really
movie
thought
was
so.
done.
I was like,
Yeah.
it's game over.
Like,
man.
nah, he's losing
I was
that
like,
hand.
it's
at
gone,
least.
gangrene, baby. No, I thought
It was very real.
It was.
I thought I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole
There was a
time.
beautiful scene where he's in the forest and he finds the platoon and the one guy singing.
What's that song?
don't even-
Warfaring Stranger or
Ed
something?
Sheeran did a cover of it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
I was like, oh, it's beautiful.
And that was like the only reprieve in the entire film.
Yeah.
Like, even you as the watcher, like, I can have a break.
Like
Yeah.
he made it, yes.
Like 2 minutes. Yes, I can breathe.
and then they
from there-
ramp up the action
boom.
again.
But
I
I don't
think
want
we're
to spoil
spoiling
anything
the whole
for
movie.
Yeah,
Ben.
sorry.
Although, guys, we know how World War One ends. There's no spoilers at this stage. The British won. Deal with it. That's how it works.
That's
But
what they tend to do.
that's what they intend to do. It was a very, very good movie.
Yeah.
And I
Great.
enjoyed every second of it. Beautiful shot composition.
I love
So
the
I-
uniforms.
Nice.
It will win the Oscar for movie of the year.
I think so.
I don't think so because there's like a lot of very, very good movies. And then like so
Dark Waters
it won
apparently-
the BAFTA for Best Director. And I
Oh,
think
wow.
it won the BAFTA. No. Sorry, Taika
one-
Waititi won for Jojo Rabbit for Best Director.
That's good. I love Tiger.
But I think Best Picture, the BAFTA went to 1917.
Wow.
But even the Golden Globe Best Picture went to 1917. And normally whoever wins the Golden Globe Best Picture,
But remember, there's
Often-
there's Parasite, which like everyone's saying is going to clear out at the Oscars.
Okay.
That's another Korean one.
Okay.
That's like everyone's going on about it. Kim Jong, I think. No.
Okay.
I shouldn't try.
No, he's a Chinese.
No,
Sorry.
he was. They were Korean.
He's a Korean.
They were Korean.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
And
did
then
Dark Waters get a nomination for this?
I think they did get a nomination.
Cats. Lol.
Yeah, okay. We were right about cats, by the way.
Yeah.
Like
We called it.
I remember the episode when you spoke about the cat that got killed because it's the plot to land for you.
Wait, hold on. And
We
then
said cats was going to be
what's
bad.
another movie? Ford vs Ferrari. Are they not nominated?
They were nominated.
And then big one, Quentin Tarantino. Once Upon a
Once
Time.
upon a time in Hollywood.
Brad Pitt
The-
won Best Supporting Actor
for
Golden Globe.
BAFTAs and the BAFTAs as well.
Really?
And he said he's going to name the BAFTA Harry because he's coming back to the US with him.
Oh, it's good
Yeah,
reference.
no, that's great.
Yeah.
Keeping it in entertainment, Elon Musk released a single, the hottest EDM single.
EDM.
On
Didn't
SoundCloud.
he change his Twitter
like
handle to
legit
EDM as well?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what's your thoughts on celebrities going into places where they usually don't go? Like, is it something
AB
worth
de
doing?
Villiers, who's a South African cricketer.
Does he have
the
an
most-
EDM track?
No,
He-
he's got a music video.
He released. Is it an album or just a music video?
No, it's an album, but I saw the music video and I was mortified.
The leader of the Puzzler Pack,
Yeah.
Jesse Phillips.
Yeah.
He's releasing an EP.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, shout out.
I'm
yeah.
going to call it now.
Yeah.
PewDiePie taking his hiatus.
He's gonna come.
He's
with
coming out with a full
another
album,
mu-
bro.
Okay, so PewDiePie's music videos are doing insane in
Yeah.
like terms of watch numbers. It's like
Yeah.
in the hundreds of millions. It's basically like doing better than certain artists.
No, I absolutely. And I think there's a market for it. And I think he's wanting to create something different. I think it's it's a different form of satisfaction to create something that in a different medium.
Yes.
I think he's going to go for him. I think we'll be surprised.
Yeah.
He's going to come back and it's
So I
going to
wanna-
be some music.
I want to pitch this to you guys. End of the year, we produce and release a Christmas single.
Yeah. Non-Christmas
Just think
songs,
about it.
though.
What do you mean non-Christmas?
I don't want
Just has a
Christmas songs.
jingle.
So we're going to do like Still Dre, but with sleigh
We
bells.
can do one Christmas song, but we want to do a rap.
Do you want to do a rap?
You know nothing about your culture.
It's like, are you sure you want to go down that road?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to do it. Christmas. I don't listen to Christmas music.
Okay, every year, as soon as December starts, my dad like sticks on the Christmas
Are
music.
you
and that's the-
serious?
Yeah. Mariah
never been
Carey's
a
All I
fan.
Want
Do
for
you
Christmas.
work at Wool?
I like the Christian gospel
Boney-
Christmas music that maybe Jeremy Riddle will,
No,
will come out with.
the Boney M album. That's fire.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, bro. Feliz
Hooray.
Navidad.
Does your dad put on a
Hooray.
Mariah Carey as well?
It's just All I Want for Christmas is You. But like, remember, with like Apple Music and stuff, you can put on.
See, I had a bad experience. Like with working in a laboratory, there was like a communal speaker, and just like November, someone would put their
Feliz
phone in, and it would
Navidad.
just be like the whole time. I was like, no, I'm done. I don't want this.
Bad experience.
No.
But a Christian rap album might be
It's like,
that might be something.
that could be something,
leave,
but
leave the Christian rap to Kanye West, please.
Oh,
And it's good.
it
Dink and
is good.
flick.
It's good.
But are you going to rhyme Kodak with
Chick-fil-A.
Kodak?
Show your shirt.
Sure, I'm wearing a Kodak shirt. So we're pretty much reaching about the end of our time for this podcast. I think it's been really fun so far. I have a new game for you guys.
yes.
And this game is called Barely Complete. So the rules are simple. You guys know how Google autocompletes, right?
Yes.
You give it a phrase and it autocompletes.
Yes.
So I've given Google and Ben the same phrase.
Oh,
and
we're
I've
gonna
asked
choose
both of
which
them-
is Google's autocomplete and which
Yes.
is Ben's
and
autocomplete.
and I've asked both of them to autocomplete, and I took like the best results from each. All of Ben's results were gold.
Ben's not on the shot right now.
yes.
But he is here in
Yes.
studio.
So what I want you guys to do is, like, I want you guys to like speak through your thinking, like, who do you think is what, and let's see if we can try and get all of them.
This is great.
Know that I went.
How do we squeak to go first?
Oh no. It's you guys can discuss it amongst yourselves. You can come to. A
Oh,
consensus.
so we're a team.
Yeah. Well, you can come to a consensus, or you can choose to like
differ, yeah.
to differ, and then also know that I went into incognito, so it's like proper unfiltered Google.
Oh, okay.
South Africa, I think. So you guys ready? The
Sure.
first one. So the first one is, the first phrase is, I hate it when. So the first one would be, I hate it when I'm studying and a velociraptor. And then the second option is, I hate it when my boyfriend doesn't reply. Which one's Google? Which one's Ben?
Boyfriend doesn't reply to Google. Would you say?
I would say the Velociraptor because I think Ben is just mean. Mean. I think Ben is random.
So wait, you typed into Google, I hate it when, and then the incognito window Google said, I hate it when my velociraptor.
You have to figure out which one.
Why would Google, but
Okay,
trick us, to trick us.
I'll read it for you again. The first one is, I hate it when I'm studying and a velociraptor. The second one is, I hate it when my boyfriend doesn't reply. Which one's Google? Which one's Ben?
I think the girlfriend one is.
You mean boyfriend one?
The boyfriend one is Google.
I think it's good. It's just too common.
Okay.
But the other one is so obviously Ben. That's why I'm making it think it's maybe not Ben.
So final answer.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Okay. The first one is Google. The second one is Ben. The
Really?
You got
velociraptor
it
one's Google. The second
How?
one's Ben. I don't know what people search.
You shouldn't have opened an incognito.
And Ben, is your boyfriend not replying to you?
Were they trying to type when I study velocity and then they got velocity?
Okay, the second one. So you guys got the
We get it.
thing of the game.
We
okay.
suck at
Sure,
it.
sure.
Nah,
We're terrible.
Just believe. Okay, the next phrase is, can you break? The first completion is, can you break a Nokia? The second one is, can you break bedrock in real life? I'll read it for you again.
Bedrock referencing the Flintstones.
Flintstones.
So I'll read it for you again.
Okay.
There's no other context. Can you break a Nokia? Can you break bedrock in real life? Which one's Ben? Which one's Google?
Bedrock in real life is Google.
It's got to be right because bedrock's also like a drilling term for when you're like.
It's also Minecraft.
So it's definitely that one.
I haven't played Minecraft. Okay.
I'd say Bedrock's Google and Nokia is Ben.
But Nokia is also like a really popular thing to search because
Yeah.
of the memes.
I'm trying to play a psychological game. That last one was
Get
like,
into his head.
was it?
Okay, final answer, guys.
I don't
Ben's
think
got a good poker
I don't think
face.
Ben, I don't think
covering
Ben
his
would have
mouth.
thought of Bedrock.
He would have thought of
I don't
Bedrock.
think he would have thought of that.
Because I know Ben doesn't play Minecraft.
Final answers?
And he's not a handyman, so the handyman thing you're talking about.
Well, I was thinking like a drilling. Like if you're drilling or for oil or something, maybe.
Ben,
you
when
can
I said you
Bedrock
drill,
or
bro. I'm just
Do you
getting
drill,
daggers.
bro? Okay, I need final
Okay,
answers.
I'm gonna say Ben did the Nokia.
I'm gonna join you on that. Yeah.
You guys are correct. Ben said the Nokia, Google said Bedrock in real life.
Okay, so Bedrock is like a mining term.
Yeah,
or
you know,
Minecraft.
So like
term.
all of the kids playing Minecraft, they're like, can you break Bedrock in real life? You know,
Okay.
that type of vibe.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next one, do babies need milk? The second one is, do babies blink?
Need milk.
Okay.
Google.
I think that's Ben with the milk because obviously, baby, like we all know,
Hey, vegans,
moms
bro.
need to breastfeed.
Vegans.
Moms,
Vegans.
vegans don't give their babies breast milk because it's not.
No,
but
not
it's a
vegan.
consenting adult, an animal that consents.
Yeah, because
you
the
consent to
mother's
give it
the
to
animal
Oh,
that
okay, no, there's
consents.
some vegans that just don't.
That's vegan.
do breast milk.
That's vegan.
Okay, yeah.
Come on,
Okay,
no, you're
that's
vegan.
vegan, fine.
Okay, I'm gonna say then Ben with the milk.
I think Ben did the milk because we know babies need milk. Like a mom's not gonna. Mom is gonna like my baby's not like breastfeeding. What can I
Yeah.
do? You know.
Yeah,
Okay, final answers?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are correct. Ben said, do babies need milk?
Yes!
Google said, do babies
Well done,
blink?
Pete. You got it.
Do you need
Ben,
milk, bro?
Call me when you have a child, please.
Need milk.
Okay.
Milk.
The next one. Why do you die from coronavirus? The second one is, why do you wash your hair?
This
Ooh.
is a tough one because coronavirus, very topical. Google obviously it's gonna be in the algorithm.
Yeah.
But Ben knowing that,
So you just phrase the first question. Why do you die?
From coronavirus.
Okay. No, I mean that question does make sense. It's why do you die?
okay, coronavirus has been.
Is it? Okay, and then the other one was
Why do you wash your hair?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay,
Ben is smiling.
So which one are you saying?
Ben
Coronavirus
is
is
coronavirus.
Okay,
Wash your hair is Google.
you are incorrect.
Really?
Yes, coronavirus is Google. Ben is the hair.
That was
When
very.
did you wash your hair this morning? Nope. I mean, it's a valid question.
Did Ben
'cause-
know Google's answers before he?
No, I did not show
Oh,
Google's
okay.
answers. I only gave the phrases.
So it's 2-2.
Yeah. Next one. What do I do? What do I do when I see a bear? The next one is, what do I do with my life?
When I see a bear, it's Google.
Yeah, it's because I mean, you
Yeah.
know, people in North America,
yeah,
they
going
can't
to all
have
these like
bears.
nature reserves and stuff.
Yeah.
They want to know:
I'm
do
a-
I keep a salami in my pants? It's like your legs in those tight pants are salamis to a bear. That's an
Bro,
office.
that's an
reference.
office reference. That was great.
Thanks, bro.
So, final answer?
I think I think the bear,
bear
is
is
the
Google,
Google and Ben
whatever
is
the other one.
puzzling, bro.
Okay, the bear is Ben.
No.
Life is Google. Where's the bears, guys?
Yeah, man, don't ask Google these questions about your life. Man.
Okay, right. And for our final one, before we end off for the day, help I accidentally. The first phrase is, help I accidentally kidnapped someone. The second one is, help I accidentally dropped my phone in the toilet.
This is so tough.
Here's the top pocket boys, you know, when they go to flush. I think it
Ben, are you
happens a lot.
Ben, are you a top pocket boy?
No, Ben doesn't. Oh, he actually has a top pocket, but you'd probably know where one at work, right?
The poker face is
I
real.
think
yeah.
the top pocket could be a thing, and like people dropping their phones in toilets, like,
Yeah.
what do I do? You know, Google,
And Ben's psychopathic nature.
and then the what do I do with?
When I kidnap someone.
Help.
That's Ben.
So it's help I accidentally kidnapped someone.
That's
the
what I'm
other one
saying,
is
Ben.
help I accidentally dropped my phone in the toilet.
Yeah, I think there were a lot more popular searches for the second one.
Mm-hmm.
You typing "I kidnapped" into Google, and you know it's like
FBI watching
FBI was
it.
like, "Oh, they
Yes,
send me a
we got
text."
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. They're coming for me.
Okay, so that's your final answer.
Yeah.
Final answer.
You guys are incorrect. Google says help I accidentally kidnapped someone.
Wow,
Ben says
4-2.
How
help,
do you
I accidentally
accidentally
dropped my-
kidnap someone? Are you like trying to help a child to find their parents, and then you end up with them in your car? Like,
It's like, oh, whoops, there's somebody in the back of my boot.
Bruh.
Just by
You know,
accident.
I've actually got a story about that.
Yeah?
When I was like 5,
You got in someone else's car.
no, like I recognized the guy coming to pick up his daughter or whatever, and I was like, oh, that's my dad's friend. He's probably picking me up. I was like, okay, cool, let's go. And I got into his, he's like, no. I was like, no, let's go. And then go home. And like he takes me home, and it's like there's no one there. And so my dad like freaking out. He's like, where are you? I was like, no, I'm with Uncle Vicky. And he's like, what? I didn't tell you to pick. And I got confused because he picked me up once, and then I thought he's picking me up again.
Hey, it's so it's the child's
It
fault.
happens. It happens. Yeah. So
It's a child's
Vicky probably also Uncle Vicky probably like Googled like I just kidnapped this kid. Like what do I do? He wanted
Wow.
to be.
So on that
lost.
bombshell, that's about all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
Thank you
Catch
guys
us
so
on
much.
stream every
Yeah,
Saturday from 8:00 and
Except
Valentine's
this
special.
Streaming on Twitch,
We're on Twitch.
twitch.tv/barely
Daily
independent.
Independent. Yeah. Hit us up.
Ty, do you want to plug anything?
Tea with Ty. Keep
Tea
your
with
eyes
Ty.
out.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, guys, keep your eyes out. We're going to be doing some short form content, hopefully, if all goes well, soon. So keep your eyes out for that. Tea with Ty. Hopefully, it's going to be good.
April to June, keep your eyes out. We're sending a rocket 1 kilometer up in the air with a bunch of kids.
Yo.
Ty's promising so much. Hopefully, we can
Yes.
get through this.
SpaceX, here we come, man.
Yeah,
SpaceX, eat your heart out. And then, as usual, guys, thank you so much for listening. If
Yeah.
you enjoyed this, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Do whatever you need to do. Share it. We would very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. And see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Cheers.